At the beginning of the 19th century, Central Asia was divided into 4 states. In the south you had Afghanistan, which stretched as far south as most of modern-day Pakistan. To the northwest of them you had Khiva. East of Khiva you had Bukhara, and east of Bukhara you had Korkand. And of course further north you had Russia. Now these states, the Central Asian states, were by no means divided along ethnic lines. After all, Khiva, Bukhara and Korkand all lie within modern-day Uzbekistan, so of course had a majority Uzbek population, but reports at the time indicate that the cities were a mix of Turkmens, Kazakhs and the like. Anyway, by the end of the 19th century, only Afghanistan remained as a semi-independent state. Britain moved in from the south and Russia from the north. And although Korkand was fully annexed, Khiva and Bukhara remained vassal states under Russian rule, although they did lose a bit of territory. The Russian Central Asia was divided into 4 main provinces. You had the vassal states of Khiva and Bukhara, northern Kazakhstan and parts of Russia was turned into the steppes provinces, and southern Central Asia, so like Turkmenistan and Kyrgyzstan around there, was turned into the province of Turkestan. And this is how it remained until after the Russian Revolution. Initially after the revolution, very little changed in terms of territory, but Khiva was renamed Khorasan, and what was called the Steppes province was renamed the Kyrgyz Autonomous Soviet Socialist Republic, although very few Kyrgyz people actually lived there. It just seems that the Bolsheviks didn't really care about the difference between Kazakhs and Kyrgyz. Plus, Bukhara became the new capital of the Turkestan province, and Orenburg, which is now in modern-day Russia, became the new capital of the Kyrgyz Republic. But shortly after the revolution, there was large rebellions in Central Asia, and this is when Stalin came in. Now, he was able to, in the 20s, put into practice a theory he developed in Vienna, learned about in Vienna. He didn't believe that multiculturalism was the best way to run a nation. Instead, he wanted to promote all the nationalities of the Soviet Union in order to run it more effectively. And by this I mean he didn't want to implement Russian language in these republics, so he decided to redraw the nations based on ethnicity. So ignore the fact it's nighttime now, I got distracted earlier on. But anyway, around 1925 Turkmenistan and Kyrgyzstan were created, and they have remained largely unchanged. As for the Kyrgyz Socialist Republic, it was renamed the Kazakh Socialist Republic, and it lost some of its territory in the north. And its capital for the first few years was in Kizloda before being moved over to here in Almaty. As for Uzbekistan, initially it included Tajikistan, but in 1929 Tajikistan split off along with the Gorno-Badakhshan province, and now the Gorno-Badakhshan province was created for the Pamiris, who like the Tajiks are ethnically Persian but slightly different. And in return, the Uzbeks were given the Karapalkak region, which used to be an autonomous region. And there's one more Soviet republic I think you should look into, which survived just north of Kazakhstan for a few years, and that's the German autonomous region, which was created for the Volga Germans. But anyway, these borders, as you can tell, are by no means perfect. A lot of Uzbeks were caught in Kyrgyzstan, a lot of Kyrgyz were caught in Uzbekistan, and there's more Tajiks living in Afghanistan than living in Tajikistan. So there's been a lot of ethnic violence caused by these border divides in recent years, particularly in the Fergana Valley.